Can you hear me all? Yeah, guys, this is not Sagar, I'm Kavita. Okay, so this is the class regarding WordPress. So today the topics regarding the WordPress are installation and WordPress admin panel, and how to use the database, configuration settings, live WordPress sites, what are there. Can we start the class? A bit louder. Okay. Now, okay. So coming to WordPress, do anybody have an idea regarding WordPress? Is the same as good? No idea. Okay. So it's a CMS, content management system. So there are many number of content management systems available, but WordPress is more popular because of its uses and because of its number of facilities which it provides. And usage of WordPress and learning WordPress is also easy. So we will start it. Before that, we have to know the PHP installation. So I think you people know XAMPP is the one which we use for PHP installation. XAMPP. So without PHP in our system, you are not able to work with the WordPress. So before that, you have to install XAMPP. If you have any idea regarding XAMPP, so here you can see XAMPP. So I need to know PHP to learn WordPress. Basics means at least you should have an installation of XAMPP or XAMPP. Okay, so here we will just go through the basics. There are three things here, three softwares available. So XAMPP and WAMP work for Windows, whereas MAN for Mac systems and LAM for Linux systems. Hi Ankush. And first of all, I already said that this is a new class for WordPress, and my name is Kavita. Okay. Anybody can join, just they will, if any details more needed, just ping me. Oh. I will try to reduce it better. This is for installation of PHP. For WordPress, first of all, you have to have the software which is running for PHP. It may be XAMPP or WAMP or WAMP or LAMP. Depends on your system. Is it clear now? Any problem with the mic or? Okay. Okay. I'll try to reduce the sound. Maybe I think it won't be regarding settings. Okay. So first of all, XAMPP. Here I am using XAMPP. So you can find this XAMPP symbol. When you install XAMPP, the start symbol will show, means you will be having a icon like this. And when you open the XAMPP, you can have a XAMPP control panel like this. No screen share. Okay. So can you see now XAMPP control panel? And here you can find the XAMPP icon in the right side of your system. So this is a XAMPP server. So internally we are using Apache and MySQL is the database. So if both of these are running, then only we are able to work with the WordPress or any PHP application. So you can see that they are running, right? So as the screen is sharing, you can just check this. So my host name is localhost. By default, for any of the desktop system, your host name will be localhost, and localhost is the one which shows all of the applications related to PHP. If you go through the XAMPP installation, can you people understand what I am saying? Hello? Okay. So when you install XAMPP, okay. So this is just a basics. You can find a XAMPP folder in your wherever you have installed. In this, there will be one of the folder which is name of htdocs. This is the one which you have to remember, which is important. htdocs is the place where all our applications will be placed, and the admin settings, everything will be in the PHP for PHP related, and MySQL settings will be there in the MySQL settings folder. there will be a config files for everything. This is the MySQL. You can this is the configuration file, my configuration setting. This is for MySQL, and here I am using Edit Plus as my default editor. These will be related with the PHP installations. And if you have any doubt in the PHP installation, just ping me that, then I will give a brief description about that. As of now, we will go through WordPress. Okay. So this is for PHP. The PHP settings will be there in this folder. So the important folder is only htdocs, and there will be httpd file. If you have any problems with the installations, then we will use this. Otherwise, no. So the important folder is htdocs. So now coming to the WordPress, if your XAMPP server is on, then only you can see all these files, or otherwise any of the PHP code will be running, otherwise no. So we have to remember that your XAMPP should be running, means both of these servers should be running, and there will be localhost/phpMyAdmin, which is nothing but the database MySQL. These all will come with the installation of XAMPP in your system. So these are all the databases which I used till now. So for WordPress, we need both of these. Means we have to interact with the database and also with the htdocs folder. Now we go through what is the WordPress. So coming to WordPress, the link where you can download WordPress is wordpress.org. Screen is stuck. Is it fine now? Okay. So this is the main site where you can download WordPress. Sorry for the delay. So here we have to download WordPress, and you can find the versions. Present version which is running is 3.9.1, and if you want old versions also you can download, but the latest one is the good. When you download, you can find them in your download folder. So you can see here, this is very less amount. It will take very less time. after downloading we have to move this to our htdocs folder. Then we can configure that in your system for your local host. So coming to that, before my volume. Can you see the screen now? So I am in WordPress.org and I am downloading the new version 3.9.1. So it got downloaded and I can find the zip file. So this is the WordPress 3.9.1. I am just copying this to my htdocs folder, just pasting it. I have old versions. As of now I have downloaded the new version. If you download and extract here, you will find a folder with the name of WordPress. Okay, this is the one. You can just rename it, because whenever you second time download, then the name will be a same name. So you have to be careful. So I am just changing the name, Tutoslive WordPress. Okay. Any doubts? Just ping me. So here you can see Tutoslive WP. This is the folder name which I have given. So coming to this, now I have to check whether it has been. So this is the configuration settings. Create a configuration file. You can find all these files in your htdocs. Tutoslive WP, which contains a folder with WP admin, WP includes WP content, and all other files rest. And you can find config is the one which is very important. And by default, WordPress automatically creates the configuration settings from the dashboard, means from the user interface itself. If any problem within your system, then you have to set the configuration settings by your own. As of Windows, it was supporting now. Now if I click on this, automatically it will find, means it will create a wp-config.php file, which is not there here. So you can find only wp-config sample. See this? Here you have to give the database name, database user, database password. If you want to manually set the configuration settings, and you have to rename the wp-config sample with wp-config.php if the UI is not supported. Otherwise, if you click on the create configuration file, automatically it will set, but sometimes it won't. At that time you have to use the wp-config.php file, means config sample.php file, and you have to rename that to wp-config.php. So that is one of the things which you have to remember. It depends on your system. Sometimes it supports, means if any problem within your system there. So here it was asking us to give the database name, username, password, and host table prefixes. So these are the details which you have to enter. So those will be like you have to create a new database in your local host, and those details has to be entered here. So I think you have an idea of localhost phpMyAdmin. Did you? Did anybody? Insane? Are you there? So here I am just giving a name with Tutoslive WP create. So just creation of the WordPress database automatically you have to, means there will be no creation of any other tables you have to give. WordPress automatically creates the necessary tables. So now we have to give the database name here, which we have created just now. What is the name? It is Tutoslive WP, and username is your database name username. By default for Windows it will be root, and the password will be empty, and this will be changed for different operating systems. By default Windows won't have any password for XAMPP. So this is the prefix of the table, which I can give whatever I need. So just I give TW, and then when I click the submit button, automatically these configuration settings will be saved in your WP config file. So it was asking to run the install. So now you can see, as I mentioned you, there is previously it was not having a WP config.php file, but as of now you can find that. You can see this. Previously there is only WP config sample. So this is the one which has created just now with all the values whatever I set in the UI. So the database name is Tutoslive WP, user and password, and the host by default it is localhost, and the prefix of your tables will be set here itself. It's TW, and you find what are the tables has been created after this. Now you get no table at all. Just I'm creating. Our site name will be Tutoslive blog. Let it be, and there will be a username. This is for login in the admin panel. WordPress will be having a dashboard which is for detailed maintenance of the admin panel, and there will be a UI which can be seen by the user. So I am giving a password. And these are all some of the required fields. This is not important whether, because we are working in the local, there will be no email settings mostly happen. Without you have to set those details, unless there will be no problem. So you can give your general details. So I am logging in with the details which I have given here. Admin, any doubt inside? Okay. So now you can see, as I entered, I am in the dashboard. This is called the dashboard, and this is my UI. UI is nothing but the appearance of the site. This is by using the theme, nothing but this is the theme or template. You can just change your template. That is the best easy process whatever WordPress provides for us. So this is the theme which they are by default giving, and this is one of the posts. So you can see all here. So they will be giving one of the sample page, okay, and one of the post which is hello world, and they will give one of the comment, and there are categories which are uncategorized. You can change the theme, just we will see that, and comments and comment RSS it is. If you don't want all of this, you can just eliminate them. This is all the meta details. So now just we will change the appearance so that it will be somewhat cool. So how this will appear, what are the files which contain these are. So you can find all these here in the WP content folder. So WP content is the one which contains all the things whatever you are doing changes. So here you can find there are three themes. So WP content themes is the folder where you are going to arrange your themes. So the themes folder contains 3 themes by default which WordPress is giving here. One is 2014, 2013 and 2012. So by default here what is the theme working, you can find from the dashboard appearance. So here you can find active, which is nothing but working theme as of now, which is 2014, okay, and 2013, 2012 are also be given, but they are presently not active. Only one theme will be active at a time. Now I am changing the theme to 2013. Just by changing the theme, there is no need of saving anything here. Just by clicking on that, automatically it will be become active. You can change the screen. So this is the theme change. Total the theme got changed. So you can find the theme change very easily. By default WordPress has given us 3 of the themes, and I am changing the other theme which is 2012 here, just for appearance. So 2013 is the one which looks good most of the time. So this is the other theme. This is 2012, and which we find good is 2013. So just by one click you can change the appearance of the WordPress site, of your WordPress site, by just giving the appearance theme text. So there is a possibility for WordPress for not only using these themes, you can search for the number of themes. So WordPress.org is the one which gives you number of themes for free itself. So WordPress.org and just themes. So you can just download the theme, whatever you looks good. Means you can check the previews, and there are number of HTML themes. If you want to convert them to HTML from HTML to WordPress, they are also possible, but we have to do some of the changes in your. That is the thing which we are going to learn in the coming class. So if you want this theme, just you can preview this, and you have to download that just activate it. And you have to remember, these all the images, they are just for, means whenever you add anything to that, then only they will appear. Otherwise the output, means the out colors, those only will appear, not the content of the post, because we are not using those contents. So if you want this, just done, and you have to apply that thing. That is the just theme change, which you can do very easily. And if you want a particular theme to be applied for your site, that will be also possible. Any doubts till now? Okay. So this is the theme settings, appearance, themes, and this is the dashboard which contains all the things whatever we need, means the admin can do. So coming to here, posts. Posts are the things which will, nothing but here there are two things which you have to remember. What is the difference between posts and pages? So this is the one important thing for WordPress. Posts and pages. Posts are nothing but, there will be update every day on a particular thing. Nothing but, if you see a particular food item, means food is a particular category. Yesterday there will be one post on the particular food, and there will be today there will be one more. Nothing but it's just like a news. Means our newspaper will contain sports column, sports. So all the related work related to sports will be placed in your particular category, sports, right? So posts are nothing but which change daily. There will be update day, you can call that as even. There will be more updates. This type of content we will arrange them in terms of posts. And there is one more which is nothing but pages. Pages are nothing but static, right? Means the content won't change every day. Okay, so this is the main difference between posts and pages. Clear? Any doubt? So static page, what is the example you can consider here? Contact us. Is there any change every day in the contact us page or about us page? So these two will be considered as a static pages. Means if you want to create about us page or contact us page, you have to go for a page. If you want to create a blog, post is nothing but, by default it is nothing but a blog. Then it is best to go for a post. And if you want to create a page which won't change, then you have to go for a page. Clear, right? Okay. So we can find the difference here, and we will see what are the things. Just now we are going to create a page. As I mentioned you already, there will be a sample page by default which WordPress will give. So this is the page. And here you can find the URL of page is like page ID, and for post that is p equal to 1. So these are the differences in the URL which WordPress maintains. And coming to the database, now as I mentioned you, previously there is no table at all, but you can find number of tables here. So here you can see there are by default 7 tables will be created. 11 tables. It was already showing here 11 tables. And the very important one which you have to remember is WP options, WP posts. WP options or TW options. WP is nothing but the prefix by default WordPress will give. As I changed it to TW, it was showing with TW. That is the prefix which we already set it, right? So that we have set it in. One second. So already we have seen that WP config.php, that is the one where we already set all these things. If you want to change it, you have to change it. Okay. So that's why we are seeing here TW. By default it is WP. Okay. So WP options or TW options is one of the important table which you have to remember. And here the data will be stored in these tables. You can find all of them in the right side, left side. And TW users is the important thing. So here you can find what is the username which we have already logged in with the name of admin, and the password here it is MD5, so that it was encrypted. I think you have an idea regarding encryption, right? So it was MD5 encrypted. So it will be 32-bit value, and as you have given, by default it will take the name as a nice name and email and user register. So these are all the things by default it will create for the first user who is the admin. And there will be different statuses. We can see all of these. So users all will be stored in the TW users table, and user related images, user related things, everything will be stored in the user meta table. In the same way, posts are nothing but pages or posts, whatever there in your site will be stored in the TW_post table. You can see here there are, one is auto draft which I just created, but I have not given any name or anything. So that is the auto draft. It is in the present state is draft state, and the other page which we are already seen here, page sample page, that is also there in the post table. And one more is post, which I hello world. So everything, pages and posts are treated similar in WordPress in terms of table, means where it was getting stored is WP post is the table where page and post details are stored. So you can find these things. And now I am going to create an add new page. Nothing but home. And here this is an editor which is FCK by default, and here it will have all the things regarding the editor: bold, italic, underline, dash, dots, lines, adjustments. You can see all of this content. Just we will have a dummy data. And here you can find this is visual and this is text. If you place everything in visual, automatically the text will adjust the fonts. I am pasting the total in my text itself, and if I see the visual, so this is the difference here. If you paste anything directly from any site, the visual will take all the effects. If you paste that in text, it won't have any of the effects. So if you want to add some of the effects, you have to add them directly. So just publish is the one which makes you to create a page. So before publishing, if you want to see the preview, you can preview the page, how it will look. This is just a preview. If you don't want that, so you can see the differences. You can make them bold. This is visual, and this is italic, making them italic, bold, italic, dash, and if there are any points, then you can make them points, because if you create one more paragraph, automatically the paragraph in the bullet points will apply. If you don't want them, it is fine. Alignments, and I am just updating it. So if you want to view the page, you can click here to view the page. So this is the home page. This will be created in your menu. So this is the menu. Menu will have only pages by default. Posts all will come in the post. If you want to add the post as a menu, then also you can do that. But by default, these are the things. So here you can see the name, and if you want to adjust this also happen. So these are all will be there in the appearance. So we have just gone through pages, and just if you want to add a post, I will show the difference between posts also. I am adding a new post here. WordPress updates. This is my post name. So the present version of WordPress is what is it? 2.9.4. Just I am publishing it. Here there are other things which you have to come on, or what are the categories, and just here I am just leaving the post. these are the posts. So in the home page itself you can find WordPress updates. Because this is set as post page, what are the new posts which you added will become on the top. And if you want to go for any of the pages, then you can find the page content. So these are the differences between pages and posts. Posts are updating daily, means just as a newspaper, as a blog, as we already know. And pages are nothing but they are sample pages, static pages, which contain static data. So these are the main difference between pages and posts. So these are the things for today, and we already go through what is the database usage, configuration settings, and then we will see what are the WordPress sites which have been developed on WordPress, means which I know generally. There will be number of sites. So this is one of the sample sites which I am showing here, which has been developed in WordPress. And there are, as of now, Samsung, the type of big companies are also using WordPress for creating sites. So the look and feel, whatever you need, you can arrange. And the main thing you can easily find whether it has been designed by WordPress or not is, if you click on view page source, you can find WP. At least any WP content, these are the things which by easily you can identify this is a site which has been done through WordPress. If they use any of the plugins, any of the themes related to WordPress, those all will be there in these such folders. So this is the main thing. By default, how can you define a site which has been done in WordPress? So these are, we can see some other examples also. This is one more. Here also you can just find easily. There will be at least one thing which has been saying that it was used by WordPress, even though they changed some of the things. So in such a way you can develop a basic WordPress sites, and in detail you will learn many things in the further classes.